the only thing that wokeness has to offer in exchange is to brainwash bright young minds like you to believe that you are victims, to believe that you have no agency, to believe that what you must do to improve the world is to complain, is to protest, is to throw soup on paintings, that the way to improve the world is to work, is to create, it is to build. And the problem with woke culture is that it's trained too many young minds like yours to forget about that.
Speaking of that, more of that, please, and less of this right there, please, as to be expected. Greta Thunberg and her climate-loving, hating friends were in full coal-fighting force this weekend in Germany on the eve of the New World Order Oscars, which have arrived. It's here. Well, it's there. It's the World Economic Evil form of global domination, and it's made its official arrival in the snowy and apparently not-so-neutral mountains of the Swiss Alps. Hordes of the New World Order elite are in tow, and they arrived on paddle boats, canoes, snowshoes, and, well, really any non-carbon emitting mode of transportation they could find because, damn it, they just love the environment and weather. Wait a minute, just kidding. That's not actually true because they arrived in fancy gas-guzzling limos and SUVs and lots of planes and trains and automobiles. Now, didn't they? When Donald Trump made his way to the World Economic Forum back in 2018, his message was a clear antithesis to their globalism. He delivered an America First message. Then President Trump came to deliver one message and one message only. America is not to be messed with any longer.
They've imposed crushing and anti-business and anti-worker regulations on our citizens with no vote, no legislative debate, and no real accountability. In America, those days are over. As President of the United States, I will always protect the interests of our country, our companies, and our workers.
And he also delivered a message filled with premonition. Trump saw what they didn't see, too, in their cloud of green energy dreams. And against that backdrop, Trump drilled home that message that America will not make the same mistakes that globalists do.
We are lifting self-imposed restrictions on energy production to provide affordable power to our citizens and businesses and to promote energy security for our friends all around the world. No country should be held hostage to a single provider of energy.
Donald Trump, as always, exposing the cultist globalism on full display at the World Economic Forum, unapologetic about their views. Eat bugs and you'll like it. Get vaccinated, you're going to like it. Have nothing and you'll like it. It's all for their global dreams, for the common good. The World Economic Forum calls us conspiracy theorists who say that its founder, the evil godfather of global control, and his New World Order soldiers are seeking global domination through a great reset. One aimed at stripping the masses of their private property, deindustrializing the economy, and making everyone eat bugs. And why do we say that? Well, because they said so. That's why. Own nothing. Be happy, wrote World Economic Forum Managing Director Adrian Monk last August. That phrase originated on the forum's own website. Welcome to 2030, wrote a Danish member of parliament. I own nothing, have no privacy, and life's never been better. Well, after backlash, they took the post down, clearly afraid that so-called conspiracy theorists like you and me would fight back. Except that the World Economic Forum is not stuff of conspiracy. It's very, very real. In fact, one of the most heavily publicized events in the world. And this year's attendees will include heads of state, including several from the U.S., CEOs, including Larry Fink from BlackRock, no surprise there. But the WEF is highly, highly secretive, even as it urges corporations and all of us mere whatevers to disclose more information, to be more trackable, and to be under their global proverbial thumbs. The organization itself doesn't disclose much about itself, although we know many of the New World Order players who play into it, including George Soros, Al Gore, John Kerry, and Klaus Schwab, one who's become one of the most influential men alive I mean, the man attended the G20, hobnobbing with G20 world leaders in Indonesia last November and giving speeches, too.
What we have to confront is a deep, systemic, and structural restructuring of our world. And this will take some time. And the world will look differently after we have gone through this transition process.
Deep systemic restructuring. Whenever anyone uses the word restructuring, run. And transition process. The left just loves a transition. Why was Klaus Schwab at the G20 anyway? Has anyone voted for him for anything? Nope. It's a legitimate question, and yet somehow asking it is deemed as conspiratorial. And yet Schwab was there, non-elected, and yet giving speeches and contributing to global policies and decisions. And now, here he is. After rumors swirled that the evil King Schwab would not be appearing at his annual Control the World conference, well, he appeared tonight in Davos, steadfast and true.
Good evening, and a very cordial welcome to the annual meeting 2023. We couldn't meet at a more challenging time. We are confronted with so many crises simultaneously. What does it need to master the future? I think to have a platform where all stakeholders of global society are engaged.
Yeah. There he is, clamoring for the total and utter loss of sovereignty in nations, including ours, the loss of free thinking, of free will, being subject to the new laws of the new global world order. This isn't a conspiracy if they're actually telling us what they plan to do. What it is, they want to do, and they're telling us they're not beating around the bush here, folks. The plan is there. The plan is in motion. I guess the only question I have is, are we going to go along with it?
Hey guys, it's Rob Carson. Your retirement funds are being threatened with even more losses from record inflation, recession, and skyrocketing interest rates. Fortunately, the highly trained specialists at American Hartford Gold can show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. If you call them right now as a special offer, they will give you a free gold coin on your first qualifying order, so don't wait. Call 866-935-4309. That's 866-935-4309, or text Newsmax to 65532. That's Newsmax to 65532.